Hello, I'm Todd Hall, President and CEO of TruLiant. As we mark our 70th anniversary in 2022, we reflect on a rich history that would not be possible without the support of the great city of Winston-Salem. From our humble beginnings in 1952 to the present, where we will soon serve over 300,000 members, hire our 1,000th employee, and exceed $4 billion in assets, to a future poised for continued growth. I am proud of the work we are doing together. TruLiant is grateful for and remains committed to Winston-Salem and all of Forsyth County.
Welcome to the Greater Conversations podcast. I'm Deetra Miller, the Director of Member Relations and Engagement at Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. We'll use this platform to showcase our local businesses, our community, and their stories. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm super excited to have here with me today Shanna Howard, the CEO of the Boho Depot, and Sydney Nixon, the store manager of the Boho Depot. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. I can't wait to dive in and learn more about the store, which you just celebrated a 1-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That must feel really good.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy that it's been a year already.
It's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
Wow. So talk to us a little bit about what the Boho Depot is.
So, the Boho Depot is a Bohemian-lifestyle and home goods store in Winston-Salem, and we'll talk about it later, but we're launching our e-commerce and online shopping. And we just have a lot of like random, awesome, hand-picked pieces. I pick everything out myself. And we filled the store with every single corner of it with just really cool home good and lifestyle stuff. And our manager, Sydney, takes really good care of it.
It's been really nice because we carry such a variety of goods that there's literally something for everybody. So we see so many different demographics, different age groups and stuff coming in, and we're able to really connect with everybody in such different ways.
Absolutely. Now, whenever I walked into the Boho Depot for the first time, it was like, this is what retail therapy should be. And the reason I say that is because the atmosphere is just so relaxing. So not only do you have so many things to shop for there, I mean, whether you're looking for jewelry or home goods or you're carrying some new items, which we'll talk about a little bit later too, it's just fun to go in and just be a part of that environment. So talk a little bit about what inspired you to be your own retailer, because there are so many other folks out there doing it. What sparked the idea to start your own retail business right here in Winston-Salem?
I'm a little bit crazy, and no, it's I've owned another business for 14 years, and it's a really stressful but awesome and rewarding, and I'm so grateful for it. It's a senior care business, and it's just very hard. I mean, it's a really hard business, and we take care of people 24/7 in that side. And so again, that full plate thing we were talking about, I had a little bit of time off in the month of December about a year and a half ago, and I couldn't stand it because I had hired a general manager to run that business finally after 14 years. And that freed me up to have some time off, which is what my husband was like, you need to use this time for yourself. And I couldn't stand it. I couldn't sit still. I have to be doing 50 things at one time. I want to create things. And then I was also finally, for the first time, taking an opportunity to explore myself and what I needed in my life and what the future could look like. And it was me, and it came out over Christmas that year, and it was like one day I woke up, I want to own and operate and open up a boho store in Winston. Really, there's a gnome story that we can talk about some other time, but it was just the need. I think it was inside me to do something to balance out my other career. And this is me. This is my lifestyle. And like you mentioned, that feeling that you get when you go into the Boho Depot, that's what I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel more of that. And I wanted to share that with other people because it's such a good feeling. We have people all the time that come into the store just to walk around because it makes them feel good. And we totally support that. We're like, you don't have to buy anything, just come see us.
We
So-
have
Yeah, go ahead. No.
We have some customers who have literally worked us into their weekly routine where they will go to like their actual therapist or their therapy session, and then they say that it's part of the routine to come to the Boho Depot afterwards because it's just such a release for them. And it's like so
Yes.
much positive energy that it's just like the perfect cherry on top of like a therapy visit. So
Yeah.
That's
it's
perfect.
really special.
Yeah.
So that is really good to know, because when I was thinking retail therapy, to know that people are actually taking advantage of this
Yeah.
and doing that, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Totally.
How did you get into the bohemian theme yourself for your lifestyle?
I think it's just like something that comes naturally. You know, it's
Definitely.
and it's also, it embraces this culture that is just open to everything. It's inclusive. It's, you know, people, I remember asking Sydney a long time ago, what does boho mean to you? And she replied with everything. And it's so true, because it's an individual experience and everybody has their own definition of what boho or bohemian means to them. Traditionally, it's more of like an eclectic, free, rebellious style. But really, to me, what it means is different. It means special. It means unique. It means comfortable. It means self-expressive. It means being in tune with yourself. And that's what it means to me personally. But again,
Yeah.
you know, what does it mean to you?
I mean, definitely being comfortable enough to really embrace your true self and not really feel like you have to alter yourself for others. And I think that we provide a lot of stuff that like are the tools to get to that point in your life. So even if you're not quite there yet, like there's a lot of things to help you along the way, whether it's like meditation or mindfulness. And some people don't even know about these things. So like to get them out there and have people exposed to them, I think is really opening a lot of different ways for people to like find that true self so that they can like move more into the bohemian lifestyle.
I love that you brought that up, because from what I understand, you partner with other businesses in the area to help bring that out in people, the meditation or the health aspect. Recently, I believe you had maybe a pop-up shop of some sort where you shared some things.
Yes,
Talk about
ma'am.
that.
So we celebrated our 1 year of business, and that was, you know, a huge milestone for us. We were putting so much into it over the first year. So it was kind of the first time that we got to really step back and say, okay, all of this was for the community. Now let's bring them all here in one place and let's really celebrate with them. So we made sure to call it the Boho Birthday Bash instead of just like the annual celebration. We wanted it to really feel like a birthday party for our store. And we even like joked so many times along the way in planning, like, oh, happy birthday to the Boho Depot. And we really like amped it up with sweets and all kinds of fun things for kids and families to come be a part of so that we could say like, hey, we've done all of this for you guys. Because we really care about our community. And
Yeah. And they helped us get here to this point.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
we couldn't have done it without any of our customers. And even now, like 1 year in, we still have new people come in every single day, and they literally walk in and they stop and they feel the energy. I mean, truly, you
Wow.
see it happen, and it's just like Shanna said, like a really special and magical thing that you don't see in a lot of stores.
Yeah.
I would agree 100%. And this community is amazing. You could have went to any other community outside of Winston-Salem to start the Boho Depot. What was it about Winston-Salem that you were like, I've got to do it here?
It's awesome. It's just, and I actually recently, even this week, I had somebody ask me if I would open up a store in their town. And I was like, respectfully, no, because people here don't support this kind of, not lifestyle, not bohemian, but local business. And bohemian kind of goes hand in hand with artsy and cultural and again, inclusion and all these things. And Winston really supports that. It's more of an artsy community. It's a really, really cool city. And I just had a gut feeling, and everything with the Boho Depot, Sydney and I talk about this all the time. It's like the answers are right there. And so I never really had to question much. It was, I mean, over lunch one day, my husband and I were talking up at the eatery in Lexington, actually, but that's where my other business is. And he asked the same question, where do you want to put it? And I said, I know the place, I know the city, I know exactly where it is. And I showed him the picture. First thing we looked at, and we were sold on it. We felt it. It was a great area, and we knew that this community would support local.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I want to backtrack just a little bit because I'm curious to know about your backgrounds, because you touched on your other business, but talk a little bit about what that business is and why you decided to get into that as well.
Again, crazy. No, it's it's called Home Instead, and we provide in-home care for seniors in Davidson and Davie counties. And it was a family business. My father owns one in Concord, and I was kind of doing something else, coming out of the restaurant industry, not really knowing what I was going to do with my life, really young, early 20s, and trying to find, okay, now I have to kind of grow up because I can't work in the restaurant industry forever. I could have, but I knew that I wanted to do something else. And he presented the offer to me to start my own business in consecutive counties. And I was like, yeah. And I thought I would have his support 100%, but he was like, here you go. And so I really had to figure it all out on my own. But that was the best way possible. And so for 14 years, I've been hustling and working. I mean, 24/7. It's a 24/7 care business.
She really does work 24/7.
Wow.
And I love it. And I do love it. And I love the responsibility that I have to care for seniors, keep them at home, and also employ a ton of caregivers. That's it's a really important thing. And it's allowed me the opportunity to do the Boho Depot, which I'm forever thankful for.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How about you, Sydney?
Yeah, so kind of similar, but also really different. Coming out of high school, going into college, I knew too that I really wanted to do something meaningful and something that would help other people. I actually graduated from UNC Greensboro in 2020, so I have a bachelor's degree in political science. And my concentration was pre-law, so I had basically set myself up entirely to go to law school, and I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, and that was for a very long time. Then, right before I graduated college, I had a few kind of life-altering events happen to me that kind of just made me stop and really rethink what I wanted to do. So I went ahead, I was already, on the verge of graduating, so I just finished my degree and then kind of stayed working in the pet care industry, which is what I was doing before the Boho Depot.
Okay.
Also a really rewarding job working in the pet care industry. I really enjoyed my time there, but it was kind of the same thing as Shanna with the restaurant industry. It's great, but there's not a lot of long-term opportunity there. Mm-hmm. So I knew I had to find something that was going to sustain me longer, but still keep me that happy and content. So I literally just started looking online to see what was out there. At that point, I had kind of decided I didn't want to move into anything corporate or anything with politics. So I had my options wide open. When I interviewed with Shanna, I literally told her, I was like, I don't know what the next step is. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm just kind of feeling out the opportunities. And from the very first interview I did with Shanna, I was like, if I don't get this job, I will be crushed.
Oh.
Because it was so perfect. It was almost too good to be true. I had just started growing my crystal collection, and I had a lot of sage and smudge and stuff going on. So we talked a lot about that in the interview, and she was like, wow, you actually know about all of this stuff. And
you can teach me stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because we were saying, this stuff is a little bit unconventional, so people aren't exposed to it all the time. So to know that we kind of had that in common and we had that foundation at least, I was like, we could do something really beautiful together. So
we have.
Yeah, we really have. So I feel really lucky to have met Shanna, and it kind of just happened really naturally. And
it's like everything with the boho. It's just supernatural and not supernatural, but it's very natural.
Very natural for us. Yeah.
Glad you clarified.
Yeah.
But how amazing that you saw this business owner who was like, I'm gonna in COVID open a retail store, and I'm gonna put all my eggs in your basket. That's amazing that she put that trust in me. And saw through my crazy vision, because I'm sure I was like, this is what we're gonna do, and blah,
it
blah,
was
blah, blah,
awesome. But she was so genuine, and I saw that in her, and I was like, this is not a face that she's putting on to interview. This is truly her style. I mean, she was interviewing me on a Zoom interview from her home, and I could see her basket wall behind her, and I was like, oh, this girl's boho through and through. So I saw a lot in her, and I was like, I really want to work for somebody who has that same passion. Yeah. And it really helped, too, that she hired me so early on, so we were able to go in and get the store set up together and stuff, too, and kind of build that relationship before the store was even open. And I think that has really had a lot to do with how successful it's been, because our relationship has just been really successful and positive the whole way through.
Yeah, really, you have ownership of it because you truly helped build that store, and it's amazing working with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this relationship.
It's the best, really. It's the best.
I say she's not a second mom. She's my cool aunt. So.
Oh,
and I only take mild offense to that, because that means I'm in the aunt age bracket.
No, it means she's not even close to being old enough to be my mother. So.
Just kidding.
There you go. So that's good stuff. Now, we talked a lot about the retail physical location and all the goodies in there. Talk a little bit about this new online store that you have and how folks can take advantage of that?
Yeah, we would love to.
Sure.
When the concept came up, I was actually told by a lot of people that you should not open what they call a brick and mortar, which is your actual physical store location.
What?
But oh yes, they were like, those are dying businesses, and you should put all of this. I know, all of this online, and I was like, true that we should have the piece online because that's huge, and we do want to share this with the world, but what makes the brand special and what makes the Boho Depot special are the people and the physical location, like we've talked about, and being a part of a community.
Yes.
So that piece was extremely important to start with. And we've been so fortunate in just a short year to get to the point where we're able to explore that next big chapter, which is our website and e-commerce. And we have another lady on our team who is amazing and does our social media. And so between the three of us, we were, Molly, I'll give you a little shout out. Yeah. Hey, Molly. But between the three of us, again, it was just like, all right, let's do this. One thing after another. And surprisingly, it wasn't stressful to build a website. Who knew? And that's, again, the Boho is like exploring new sides and new things that we're capable of that. And it's because of our team and it's because of our love for it that we're able to just take things on quickly and fix any mild issues along the way. But so 2 weeks ago at our Boho birthday bash, we made our website live. And it's just a really cool spot for right now, strictly shopping. But down the road, it'll be some good resources. I plan on starting a blog. We may do something else. And it's just really going to be a support system where you can shop, where you can share things, and where you can really learn about Winston and other resources that the Bohemian-lifestyle has. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, speaking about learning about the Bohemian-lifestyle, for everyone that's listening that hasn't been to the Boho Depot or gone to your online store yet, if they were to come visit, what is it that they would find in your store besides the amazing atmosphere?
Right. Well, it's almost hard to figure out where to start because we carry so many different things. I think a really big thing that brings people in for us is our crystal section.
Okay.
Again, it's very curated. Our team has created all of our crystal cards ourselves. So when you buy something, you're leaving with that information in hand. So I think that's really important because even if you're brand new to crystals, you can come in and start building your collection and have all of that information right in one place. Outside of the crystals, we have a lot of home decor and things like that. So, pillows, blankets, rugs, vases, all kinds of things you can think to just make your space your own. And I think that that's really important too because that's a big part of self-care and being your true self is surrounding yourself with things that express yourself.
Yes.
Clothing, we originally didn't think we were going to carry clothing in the store, and then just a couple months in we were like, oh, the people want it. So we started out with kimonos and things like that, and that got a really great response from our customers. So we just kept going, and now we've got dresses, we've got harem pants, all sorts of fun graphic t-shirts and things like that. So just all kinds of ways to express yourself, jewelry, planters, outside stuff, literally everything you can think of that just kind of makes you feel like yourself and just brings you that positive, good energy. We've got it literally all.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll add into that too. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Perfectly said.
There's just so much. It's so hard to focus on one section,
It really is. And it's not just like a metaphysical or like crystal store, which again, huge part of it. But for people some people are a little bit intimidated by that kind of area, and we have something for everybody. We really do. It's more Bohemian is popular right now. Boho style is very popular. So you can go to TJ Maxx and get these kind of things, and I love TJ Maxx. I'm not knocking it. That actually goes along with my gnome story for another time, but we have different things. We have again, handpicked. Both of us just really go through our suppliers, and we make sure that we are getting something that matches our brand, which is unique, it's quality, it's different, and it's not something that you can get everywhere. It's a lot of it is handmade stuff, a lot of it is fair trade, where we're supporting for the good, because again, this is more than just a business. It's more than just an income stream. This is meant to be meaningful and special to us and the community. So it has to be a little bit different, and it has to be different from a shop you can go to online or another local, whatever it is, a crystal shop. So it's hard to describe. Like, you have to come in and just take it all in. People come in the store and they do a lap around it first because they're taking it in too. It's just so much. And then that second time around, they'll start shopping. So it's just really cool. Yeah.
Now, speaking of community and the folks that you trade with, there are some local folks that you work with as well, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You want to speak on it first?
Well, yeah, I mean, first and foremost, like with our pop-ups and stuff, we just have so many vendors that are so willing to contribute their time and, energy, their weekends and stuff to come out and spend with us. So that was really rewarding to see them all in one place. We have local artists that are coming in all the time and kind of bringing us small samples and things like that. Now that we have our 1 year under our belts, we really want to start moving towards getting those local artists in the store and being able to really, share the community that we've built with them as well. I know we have a few artists that are going to be supplying some stickers for us soon. We've got a few custom stickers that are going to be in the works, which will be really fun.
We've got, that's perfect.
I didn't know if I should mention anybody by name is the only reason I was hesitant.
Probably not quite yet.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so.
But
Folks just need to go by and see.
Yeah. We've got a macrame company that a local lady that we're going to be working with soon. And that's always going to be at the top of our list is finding somebody who is local. And if it's handmade and we're supporting the community, that's going to get up to number one. As long as, it matches our quality standards, which it does. Again, Winston is so artsy. We have people all the time bringing us the coolest stuff. So we're excited to explore that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, we're going to go ahead and kind of wrap up. But before we do that, I just have to know what this gnome story is.
Oh my gosh.
Please share with everyone listening the gnome story.
Okay, oh my gosh. I should have known that was going to happen. So during that whole Christmas break thing that I was taking some time off of work, I went to TJ Maxx because gnomes were kind of big and crazy and as far as popularity. And I was like, I also want to jump on this gnome trend. I think they're the coolest. I love them. I need gnomes everywhere for Christmas. And so I went to TJ Maxx and I got several awesome gnomes. And they were these big old plush animals, and I set them all around the house, and my husband was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I felt like I needed gnomes in my life. What can I tell you? And so that night I was thinking, and I was like, it was really difficult to find a place that had gnomes. I went to a few stores before TJ Maxx, and I was like, we need to start a gnome store. And he was like, this time off is not working out well for you. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. You're losing it. And I was like, no, hear me out. I'm serious. We can call it, wait for it, Gnomies and Homies.
Oh my gosh.
And I trademarked that. By the way, I got the website, I got the whole thing. That's what the Boho Depot was going to be. Gnomies and Homies. For all of your gnome goods that you need in your life and all of your home goods. So I know, right? I know. So thankfully we migrated a little bit from that and developed the Boho Depot, but it really all started from a gnome.
Wow.
I know.
That's an amazing
it's
story.
Worth mentioning that we do carry different sorts of gnomes in our store.
I thought I saw a few.
Yeah.
It's still our love. We love some gnomes.
Yes.
Because there's no place like gnomes.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
New catchphrase.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's funny because in our other business, Home Instead, for Christmas, we do big campaigns called There's No Place Like Home Instead.
Oh, that's
cute.
nice.
I know.
It's gnome instead.
It's Gnome Instead.
It's gnome instead.
Name change coming, 2022.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Before we wrap up, let everyone listening know exactly how to find you.
Oh, we are on Facebook, Instagram. We are on TikTok, which is where we post a lot of our more unfiltered content, a little bit more of the behind the scenes of me and my staff just kind of being goofy on a regular basis. So that's got a really awesome response. But we are the Boho Depot WS on all of our social media pages, so that's where people can find us. And then we are nestled right on Ronalda, so if anybody wants to visit us in person, we are right over there near Rebecca and Company and Mock Orange Bike Shop. So.
Yep, and online you can visit us at thebohodepot.com.
Excellent. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today. And to everyone listening, until next time. We know you enjoyed this podcast today. So join us for the next episode of Greater Conversations. By the way, you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. Also, be sure to visit our website at winstonsalem.com. The views and opinions stated in this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our sponsors, distributors, or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. or your toast.